Welcome back to Sussex Farm for episode 26 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, we're back. I've been busy. I've been very busy. It's 5:15, and we've got a few things to do in this episode. A few things. Tying up loose ends, some odds and ends to finish off. This was the rollover from the last episode, the forestry episode. I didn't get Richard's contract done. He wanted 25 spruce trees for making broomsticks. Well, I got the trees, and what I've done is chop them. I think I've got 8 metre lengths in 7s or 6s, because obviously broomsticks aren't going to be 8 metres long, so it didn't matter if they were in one piece or not. So this is his. This is going to go down to the docks. I'm going to leave it on the trailer, not going to unload it or anything. But that's the contract for Richard sorted. That's all the forestry, all the lumber, all the wood chipping subcontracts, subscriber contracts that I had. I was hoping to get it all done in one episode. I just couldn't quite fit it all in. I don't do the forestry side of things very often. I do a lot of wood chipping to make money, especially when I'm running seasons. The logging side of it I don't tend to do, but I have to say that wheel loader with that CSZ multi-purpose fork, that was brilliant. I normally use a manure fork. I do that anyway. I don't like log grapples. I just can't get on with them. But that worked incredibly well. So anyway, this is off to the docks. I have got another full load of 70,000 litres of TMR out of my silo over at the animal... Oh, there we go. The animals, the livestock market. That's going off to Barris. That will continue. The workers here are fully aware of the fact now that that needs to be continued. I think I've done, that will be the 4th load to Barris, I think. Yeah, so there'll be a couple more that will need to go off to Barris for that. And what else have I got? Oh yeah, my barley harvest is going really well. The harvest has moved over, that's on field 13. That's got a tiniest little bit to do, but luckily we've got a full load. We've got 70,000 litres sitting there. I needed 54,000 litres to get the silo up to 500,000, which was what Milson's maltings were requiring. So I need to deliver that down to the maltings. If you look across now towards the maltings and that big orange monstrosity, it doesn't look so bad now with those big poplars around it. That's all good. I've also taken the liberty of a kind of late contract, something that was asked of me way back, and I just didn't get around to doing it, and I feel terrible that I didn't get around to doing it. So I've done it. Now I know I've been saying about field 18 I was going to do agroforestry and I was going to plough between the trees and that kind of stuff, but as you've already seen, I went over there with the Xylor, the Rayboard Xylor. There was no point logging those trees. I thought I would log them. I brought the Scorpion King over, but I've done a load of logging, did that in the last episode. Actually, I'll carry on driving. And I've taken the trees away. I've opened that area up, and that's for Beggar's brewery. They make cider. So is it still called a brewery if it's cider? I guess it is, I don't know. They wanted me to supply them with apples for cider making. So I needed an orchard. So I've cleared that area and we're going to put some trees in that in this episode 2. So like I say, there's a fair bit going on. I want to get that all done before it gets dark. I've also leased the Capello HS12 diamond header, which is a 9 metre corn header. That's on the Rostelmash, which is sitting over by field 11 at the main farm. Where am I going? This way. Yeah, that's at the main farm. So what we'll do is we'll get the corn harvest underway as well. So the barley and the corn is going to Gibson's, which was Gibson's bakery and still is Gibson's bakery, but Gibson's decided they were going to have a go at doing some Kentucky bourbon, a corn liquor. I've supplied them with a load of corn already, but I was short on the contract, so everything that comes off of that field will go to Gibson's, and that'll be that contract complete. So as we come up the hill now, we look over to the right, all the trees on field 18 are gone. What I've also done, like I say, I assembled the, brought the Scorpion King over, and the wheel loader and bits and bobs. So I thought I'd log them, and I thought, actually, you know what, I've done the logging. So I've got the Valtra with the Joskin 3 points tipper on the back. This is up there on my top list of mods. This I use on almost every Let's Play, and it's worth its weight in gold. Brilliant bit of kit. I really do like that. What I've also done, I've got the Joskin 31,000 litre trailer. That's the Joskin, I always forget now. Transspace 8027. That's a 31,000 litre. That's full of manure. Oh, I need water, don't I? But anyway, what I'm going to do is get some apple trees put in here. We'll have an orchard, and then we'll be able to supply beggars with apples. That's the plan. Apple trees. You would be supplying apples, wouldn't you? We haven't got pears, so we can't do pear cider, perry, but we can do apples. That's not a problem at all. So, bear with me one moment. When we come back, we'll have apples. And Shazam. There we go. We've got an apple orchard. This is the biggest orchard I've done on any of my maps. I did an apple orchard, or was it mixed, on the west coast. I think I did about 9 trees, I think. I did an orangery on the Valley of the Old Farm, but again, I think it was only something like 8 or 9 maybe on that. So I've got 4 in each row, so I think it's 20. Is it 5 rows? Yeah, 20. So we've got 20 apple trees. Obviously there are no apples on them yet. They need water, they need manure. That looks really nice there. It looks really good actually. Right by Plumpton Farm. Now I can go and get water. I've got the large Bowser and I've got the small animal one, the liquid trans. There is a water point here at Plumpton Farm as well, but it's easier if I just go and get it. So there we go. Apple orchard. Well, I don't know. I'm smiling. Now I'm pretty sure you can't put manure straight out of one of these. I think you need a bucket or a tipper. So what I'm going to do? Oh, I've missed. How did I miss an entire row? I should have 25. Hang on. That's better. Don't know how I managed to do that. Anyway, I need to put a pile of manure somewhere. I think I'll put it at the other end so it's not in the way. Actually, probably right where those vehicles are. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? I seem to have piles of manure all over the place. I suppose what I could do with a little shelter or a building to put them in. Put it in. Yeah, okay, let's get these out of the way. So if that's a multi-purpose fork, will that work with manure? It might well do, mightn't it? No, not that one. This one. Okay, so something I can put the manure into. Let's have a look. Now, it might just be me. I've got the funniest feeling this amount of manure is going to pour out the sides of that. But at least it's covered. It'll be out. I suppose I could have put it in one of the... Yeah, I suppose I could have put one of the bays at Plumpton, couldn't I? But that's, you know, Adrian does not want... Mind you, I suppose he doesn't want the smell of manure. He's got a massive, great big silage pile there, so I suppose... You know, he's not going to mind that much, is he, really? Realistically. So, if I start right in the middle... Why are they pouring out the front? Huh? That's peculiar. So there's some kind of hidden barrier. Oh, there we go, we've got it all in. Oh, that's not too bad, it only extends a little way. 31,000 litres. Mind you, that said, that could well... that could well get used up with all these trees, actually. Didn't think about that. So, let's get them manured first. Then we'll go and get some water, and then I need to finish off with other bits. I need to set the worker on the go with the cornfield 11, and I also need to get that barley. Let's fill this up. So it takes 4,000 at a time, so not even 4,000. So, swing it around. They need water before the fruit will appear on them. At least I can double the yield with the manure. What's that taking? About 500 each time, is it? I think so. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this. It's going to take a little while. And then I'll get the water as well. And let's get some apples on these trees. So, while all that's going on, the preparation of the orchard, I need to get this corn harvest underway. It's not a massive field, but it's a fair enough size. We should get enough of this to fulfill the contract. And I know it's incredibly poor judgment of me, but I can't remember how much I need. I normally jot down, if only part fulfill a contract, how much I've done. I then did think, what I'll do, I'll go back through the videos and I'll find the one where I did it, and I couldn't remember what video I did it on. I do remember that it wasn't a huge amount left, and I do remember that when I planted this field, in my head I thought, I'll do this field, there'll be more than enough to cover what's left. So my intention is, everything that comes off this field will go to Gypsums, and that'll be the contract fulfilled. I apologise to Gypsums for not being able to remember how much it was, and I honestly don't know why I didn't jot it down. Like I say, I normally do. I have my little notebook, and I've got spreadsheets and various different things for all the different contracts I do on the various different maps. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't, so I apologise for that. But we'll get this sorted. Oh, missed a bit. I'll do these first two, like I did when I seeded, when I did slurrying, all the rest of it. That way the harvest of them will just go up and down. I won't have any problems with it going up the side of the rocks or hitting the fence or missing anything. We should be fine. I think once I get past here, I should be able to hire a worker and we'll be good to go on here. The intention is to get these all complete before the end of the episode. That's the plan. So let's go worker hired. Off they go with that. Okay. Right. If I ever find my way out of here, I'm going to go and get the Joskin. The Joskin tipper. We'll go over here so we can unload that harvester. So heading back over towards Plumpton to go and grab the Joskin. I remembered that I was supposed to be grabbing the truck with the barley harvest. Actually, let's cover that up. 70,000 litres, and I only needed 54. We've still got a little bit of that fill 13 left to do, not very much. That'll all be extra. Surplus to what we need, but it's all there. This should, providing there's been no more mishaps down at Milson's Maltings, and we haven't lost another 70,000 litres anywhere, we should be fine. I did say a minute ago when I was doing the manure at the trees, 500 litres. It was taking 1,000 for each tree, not 500. So I don't know how I miscalculated that, but yeah. Helper A has a full grain tank. That's over at the cornfield. So I really do need to get over there with the trailer fairly quickly. But I am desperate to get this done. The contract for gypsums has been that ongoing one through the entire Let's Play that I want to get finished. I was waiting to fulfil the contract before the malts could be taken over to the brewery so we can start brewing. And then MrSealyp Brewery is fully operational, up and running. Now I could have been transferring over loads at a time from the maltings to the brewery and got the brewery up and running sooner, but I did want to fulfil the contract first, and I knew it would get complicated if I started moving it over from the maltings to the brewery. My total in storage would never ever get to 500,000, and it would, you know, it could look a bit dodgy. There's, you know, there are ways round, you know, making it look like you've done things that you haven't. And, you know, I don't want to be accused of doing anything like that. It's all above board. I've supplied the 500,000 litres. Traffic's a bit slow though. So yes, that's one done already, two done already. Richard's Broomsticks, we've got Beggar's Breweries. I'm going to look it up. I'm sure it's a brewery, isn't it, for cider? It's not a distillery, is it? I don't think it is. Right, cover off. Then this will be done, and then gypsums will be done. That's another 4 contracts complete in this episode. Nice. Okay. This is a pivotal moment in the Cider Brewery, or in the history of, in the life of, whichever. Let's have a look. Come on. Hopefully I haven't miscalculated. Come on, let's hit 500,000 litres and we are done. $90. Come on. Milsons, you're welcome. Happy with that, and it's still going up. Wow, okay. 516,282 litres, and there's still more to come off that field. Yeah, if you look across, where are we? Sorry, I just scrolled across away from it, didn't I? Where are we? Corn. Yeah, corn. I've only got 2,146 litres in storage, and I don't think I stored it anywhere else. I'm pretty sure I sold it straight away. Took it to the sell point or down to the docks. I can't remember where I took it, but anyway. So that'll be the next one. Let's get this turned around if I can. It's always a little bit awkward off here. Only just about fit in this placeable point. This orange monstrosity. So they can carry on now malting, and fairly soon I can start taking loads from the maltings across the brewery, and we can get brewing. That, like I've said a few times now, right from the very start of this Let's Play, was about getting the brewery up on its feet, getting the Seal reputation and name back at the forefront of everyone's minds in the local area, and I think we've achieved that. With that last bit done for Milsons, we've definitely achieved that. So we'll take this back over, and by that time the workers should have brought the water over to the new apple orchard, so we can get that watered. And then I apologise in the background if it sounds like I live in a spooky old haunted house. The door to my living room is a bit squeaky, the hinges are squeaky, and people are in and out, as they often do. Well, that's another one done. Actually, what might be easier if I just take this straight over to field 11 and unload into this. So I think I'm going to get more than 31,000 litres, so it seems pointless taking the Joskin over. So I will see you there or at the orchard in a moment. I nearly forgot. I'm bouncing around all over the place. It's because I own so many of the Oshkoshes now. I'm getting so confused which ones are where. The other one that I was just using over at Milsons is now over at field 11, and the harvester's unloading into it. I've got, yes, I said I've got another load of TMR for Barris. Now, TMR you can't buy. There's no purchase point for TMR. I've had to make this. This was all made. I made a huge batch of it, and it was all sitting in my silo at the main farm. So this is all coming out of my main farm silo, and then all I have to do is just make some more out of what I've got in the silo of hay, silage and straw. Straw I can buy if I need to, hay I could if I need to, silage I would have to make. But selling that is pretty much going to cover, well, maybe not quite. I don't know. No. I thought that was going to cover the cost of the apple orchard. Each of those trees was 5,000. I think I've got 30 in there now, haven't I? So yeah. But anyway, so that's another 70,000 for Barris. And like I say, depending on what's going to happen on this Let's Play, my workers will continue the contract. I know Barris will get cross with me and say that I didn't fulfil it. It will get fulfilled. I think I'm only a couple of loads short. Or I could just go and empty my silo completely now, and then I'll just make some more. Actually, if I go and what I'll do, let's go and fill up another load. Put another 70,000 in here, and that can go back up and come to Barris. I don't want him cross with me. Otherwise he'll say I've got a reputation again of not completing my contracts. Sorry, Barris. That feed area needs cleaning. Need to turn on the Lady Juno and get that sorted. I don't know how much I've got left actually. No, the mule's empty. Tell me it's ration. Okay, I've got enough for another couple of loads probably, and then I have to make some more. And that'll be almost it, won't it? 4 loads at 70,000. 4 7s at 28, 280,000. 35, yeah, a couple of loads off. So I'll leave that. That's filling up. That will go over to the livestock market for Barris. I'll just go through the pig pen, as I don't have any, and I'll make sure the harvest is back off and running on field 11. Wow, a lot of to and fro on this one. So here we are. Next load. I won't make as much money on this, but it's not about making money, it's about supplying Barris. I don't think I'll make as much money. Shouldn't do. What did I make on the last one? 83, 84 was it? Yeah, 55. I made less, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, so... Whoops, turn the engine off. Back to the orchard, I think, now. Actually, I'm going to drive over. Keep dropping out of there. Okay. At the orchard. 6:05. I need to get it all done before it gets dark. So, the Oshkosh has been over and collected the Joskin. The big 32,000 litre big Q liner, big liner. Farm dog's not sure either. Keep getting a little woof every now and again. Q big liner, I knew it was something like that. I'm hoping that the case will be, well, should be powerful enough to pull it. I pulled it with the Fiat Agri, so it should be. Now, what we should do now is run alongside each of the trees, and we should get apples. And there we go. Awesome. I do every other row, it says, because the turning circle's not great on the case actually. I'll come back and do the next one. God, that harvester on field 11 doesn't hang about, does it? Fills up quick. So it's decision time now. This is the decider. I need to move on. We've just fulfilled the contract for Milson's, which means the brewery's now up and running, which means I've done what I intended to do. I've done all the contracts. Say all the contracts. There are a couple I haven't done. Like I said, if you're one of those people that sent me a contract and I didn't do it, I didn't have time, it was too complicated. I had a couple that were so complicated and they were very, very big jobs. It would have taken me episodes and episodes just to do that particular contract. And I apologise if I didn't do them. Keep sending them to me, but obviously not necessarily for Sussex. And here's my dilemma. I've got a couple of options available to me. I'll say a couple of options. One, I can get on a plane, pay for my flights, and go to Italy, which is what I'm considering. I'm also considering going to Ireland. However, the flights aren't available for Ireland yet. I'm not sure when they're going to be available. So do I plump for Italy and get on the flight straight away, or do I hold on until the flights become available for Ireland? And it's a massive decision. Both look incredibly appealing, so I don't know really. It's a big one. But I think whichever one I plump for, it's going to be a different kind of style of Let's Play. I'm going to go smaller equipment because I'm going big on Lone Oak. This one's been a bit crazy with, you know, selling fuel and all the things you can do on this, which, I mean, I can't say this enough. Jim has done such an amazing job. This map is incredible, and Jim is pushing the boundaries of what you can do, what you can place, how you can get things to work. If you look at South Mountain Creamery, the Black Sheep modding put out, and I did the first look on that, some of the things Jim did on this, like with the operating lift, the aircraft flying overhead, the things that people said you couldn't do, Jim's kind of, say, pioneered it, kind of in a way he has. And like I said, I talk to him quite regularly. We've got a little bit of a chat thing we do. He's working on a new map at the moment, and he was going to stop, and I've kind of, a couple of us have actually convinced him, myself and Barris, not to, because what Jim's done and is doing on this new map, and it's only going to be a small map, and obviously with FS19 just around the corner, it's not going to be out for very long before 19 comes out. But Jim's idea on this, bizarrely enough, he put to me and Barris a few months back. The idea, the concept is incredible, and then within a couple of months Giants released what they were going to be doing for FS19. What Jim's already doing in his map almost mirrors exactly what Giants want to do in 19, or are doing in 19. He really is pushing the boundaries, and it's amazing. This map is incredible. I've loved playing on it. I love being able to do, and it also links in very, very nicely with FS19 coming out and the new mission system available, which I've also did a dev blog 2 on. That concept of doing all of the missions, doing transport missions as well now. I've been doing it a lot on this Let's Play, and Jim's made that available, delivering fuel, delivering water, you know, having the sell points for all of these things, being able to buy straw, buy grass, buy hay, and even if you go and just buy manure and go and deliver it to somebody. The mission system on FS19 is incorporating that in. I had a few people leaving comments on this Let's Play saying, just stick to farming, why are you going around delivering stuff? Interestingly, Giants have put that back into 19. They dropped it away after 15, they're bringing it back. It's that more immersive gameplay experience. You'll get in every aspect of it. You can do it or not do it, you don't have to, but the fact you'll be able to do jobs for other people, you'll be able to, you know, plough, cultivate, fertilise, seed, weed, harvest, bale, deliver, you know, it's going to be amazing, and Jim's doing that. Anyway, yeah, I can't praise it enough. What a map. So yeah, but I think it's time to move on. With those last couple of contracts done, the orchard done now, Milson's done, Richard's logs delivered, and then I'll be finishing off Gypsum's corn very, very soon. That's it. I'm done. So I'll see you in a minute. Hopefully we'll have the harvest finished, it won't be too dark. And that could well be it. Could be farewell. It's a pity. It really is. That looks nice, that. I like that a lot. It's just before 7 o'clock and we're done. Gypsum's 47,495 litres of corn for Gypsum's bakery, distillery. It's an interesting combination. So that can go next to the log trailer, ready to ship. I got the last, I think there's 27,000 litres, I think it was, of barley off of field 13. That's over at the maltings at the moment. We're going to go over there in a moment. What I'm going to do though is head up the hill, because of a contract I did in the last episode, which I kind of in my head put down as complete. But it wasn't realistically, because what I did, oh, I'm going to overtake. I delivered the logs, but the contract wasn't really complete. The construction crew had to come in and that to do their thing. So I'm going to go up the hill, up by the radio mast, just over there, overlooking Sweet Potato, the factory sell point for potatoes and sugar beets. Because old man Leonard's cabin, I guess is what you'd call it, has been built. So that kind of completes that contract. I delivered the lumber, they've done what he asked for, and I thought it's only right that I show it, really. The sugarcane is regrowing again. That's down on the map as in its first growth stage again, so that is regrowing. Just got to try and remember the route through here actually. It's hard to recall. I think it's this way. It's funny, I've done, I think this is episode 26. I've done Let's Plays with more episodes, I've done some Let's Plays with less. I seem to have done, it feels like I've done so much on this map. and squeezed it all into 26 episodes. I don't know how I've managed to do it, but yeah. So, up the hill. Remember, I dropped the lumber off just down here, and it was, I'm not going to drive up there, there we go, you can just about see it poking out across the hill. He wanted an elevated shack, he wanted a rectangular picnic shelter, and he wanted a small shed, I think, for storing things in. He didn't want any of the trees removed, and he wanted it overlooking the sweet potato factory because he used to work there as a younger man. And here it all is. I mean, it's a bit unusual having that with the pillars are quite high, obviously, but it's what he requested, and that's what they've built. It's got his little shed here for storing his stuff in. Lovely little veranda here. Can sit and overlook the factory where he used to work. That's actually worked out very nicely. I'm happy with that. So that's officially then, that's another one, that's ticked off. I'm really pleased that it got built, that it got done. That's exactly what was requested. Now we're going to head down to the main yard. I'm going to head down there because I need to really say goodbye to Great Uncle Henry. When I started this Let's Play, it was looking for family members, doing a bit of a family tree, and found that I had family in this part of the world, and I was asked for help, and I came and helped. I've done what was asked. It's going to be weird coming off this map, simply because it's got the SUSSEX Brewery, it's got Sealy EG Bakery, it's got Sealy Lane. It's kind of, you know, Jim was incredibly generous and gracious to do that for me. So it's going to be odd going onto a map when I drove around and my name's not anywhere on the map. But I can always come back onto this one whenever I want, if I feel like I need a kind of, you know, a pick me up. The harvester will need to go back, but I'm confident now the farm is up and running. We've got what, just under 2 million in the bank. You know, I think I haven't done a Let's Play yet where I've failed. I don't know if there'll come a point where I will. Hopefully I don't. I'd be pretty rubbish if I came on and failed to get a farm up on its feet and running. So the orchard's done, that's fine. I'm just looking back over the series and how many contracts I've done for other people. All the deliveries of various different things, and the mowing up at the airfield, and the things that people have lent me, leased me, loaned me. It's been incredible, actually. The only pity, I think, the only downside is the fact that because the map was a little bit glitchy to start out with, and I know I did update video, then update 2, and seasons seemed to be causing a few issues, and then Jim thought it might be something else causing it. I never put seasons back on. That's probably my one regret. That said, I think it's nice to run maybe one Let's Play with seasons, one without. I'm doing seasons on Lone Oak at the moment, and I don't know whether or not when I start on my new map I'll put seasons on that. I don't know. But anyway, so just pop in, say my farewell. It's just going to be kind of one of those walk off into the sunset. Assuming, of course, I walk that way. Once I go down to the maltings, yeah, maybe we'll see. And so it is. At 7:20, very teary farewells. I've reassured him they're going to be fine. Everything's set up. The farm's running. They've got workers that are doing stuff. The brewery is pretty much there. It's good to go. They're going to be making a milk stout. They're going to be making a honey beer. They're going to be doing what else was it? There's going to be doing a wheat beer. They're going to do a whole range of various different beverages are going to be coming out from the brewery. They may even do one with some fruit. I don't know. Yeah, kind of like a fruit beer. Maybe get some apples into one of them. I know apples are generally for cider, but yeah, maybe a fruit beer. That might be quite nice. But everything is in place for that to commence. maybe pop back at some point and help with some delivery of barrels of beer. Who knows, you know. Before I leave, I'll have to pop into the pub and have a pint with Farmer Adrian, I think. But before I do that, we're down here at Milton's Maltings. I can't have a drink and then drive the tractor. That would be irresponsible. Last, 28,000 litres. I thought it was 27. 28,000 litres of malt going in. Then what I'm going to do, not malt, barley going in. Malt will be coming out. And as a kind of a farewell, a parting gift will be, I'm going to load up with my first load of malt. Go with it. First load of malt. I know it says barley, but you know, 544,679 litres. So first full load of malt coming out of the maltings. I'm going to take that across the road to the brewery, and brewing will commence. And there we go. So, trying to work out the best way around out of here. It's not the easiest of places to get in and out of. There we go, I'll rest my case. Might as well damage a tractor before I leave. Seems sensible, doesn't it? So, across the road, not far to go. To the brewery. They've had plenty of deliveries of water. That's not going to be an issue. And there we go. First load in. Awesome. Okay, turn the lights off, jump out. Where it all started. Came to find family, found the brewery, Sealy Lane, Sealy E.G. Bakery. I am heading off into the sunset, how peculiar. But that's it. Oh, seems quite sad. This week's been a weird one. The last few days we've said goodbye to Oakfield Farm. We're now saying goodbye to Sussex Farm. Lone Oak is continuing, and the new Let's Play will start soon. I'm not too sure when, but it will start soon. Depends on flights. Depends where I can get to. But that's it from me on Sussex Farm. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you've enjoyed the Let's Play. I've had an immense amount of fun on this map. It just is brilliant. If Jim keeps doing what he does, and I hope he carries on into FS19, we've got some phenomenal stuff coming our way. If you have enjoyed this episode and the Let's Play, give us a big thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, if you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.